You okay, Jacob?
Yeah, I'm doing good.
Good.
You look very contemplative. I think maybe that's the reason why she was asking. You look such in deep thought or something.
Well, that, but the leg too. I mean, it's broken, right?
Yeah, it's broken.
How did you?
Oh,
fall?
what? How'd you do that?
I fell on it.
How did you fall? Was it just like a trip and freak thing?
Yeah, I tripped and it popped out of place, and I landed on it while it was popped out of place.
Oh,
So sorry.
yeah. Do
Yeah.
you have to have surgery?
I don't know. I have to call the doctor today, and he'll tell me. Oh, I'm gonna go and have him look at it, and he'll tell me what he's gonna do.
Oh boy.
Are you?
Well,
in
lucky
a
part
lot
is
of
you're
pain?
young.
What was that, Robin?
Are you in a lot of pain?
I'm on a lot of medication, so I can't feel it.
Oh. I hope you get better quick.
That just really sucks, dude. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But you are young, so you'll heal fast. So that's good.
Yeah.
How did your open houses go?
Who? Me?
Oh yeah, you.
Super good. Oh my God. I think I have had from Thursday go live to yesterday, like 80 people.
Nice. Any
4
offers?
Yeah, 4 offers.
Good job. Way to go, Nicole.
Yeah, it's very exciting. It's really fun. I mean, I have decided that is calling for me for a listing agent. Forget this buying agent.
Oh yeah, that's what I put all of my concentrations on listings. Absolutely. I could not agree more with you. And because I've done that, like I just got a buyer yesterday. Actually, it's not for another year for now, but she was like, I need your help. The buyers seem to just come naturally. I concentrate too on only getting listings if I can.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna totally turn my direction, and not, I think I was doing both, but like I'm really gonna concentrate on it, and just the whole thing, how people talk to you, how the buying agents talk to you, the whole thing is different.
Yes, it is.
I did get some compliments from agents though that I was doing my own open house for the listing. I thought that was cool.
I think that's huge because then they get to meet you, you know?
Yeah.
Eventually you're not going to have time to do that yourself. So,
I mean, that would be the goal, but
yes,
but I mean, I guess that's what the big teams do. You know, nobody's doing their own listings or whatever, but
yeah.
that's okay. It was fun. It was fun to be in that position, you know. I got asked way more questions than ever before also.
Good.
So I have a story to share. I did a final walkthrough yesterday, and it was for my buyer who this was offer number 9 that we finally got. And they didn't tell their 8-year-old son because he'd like get excited and get disappointed, get excited, get disappointed. So at the final walkthrough, they told him that they were gonna get the house this week and he could pick his room. And I got to witness, it was so sweet. He hugged his dad and he hugged his mom and he got all emotional. And then he let go of him and he just yelled, "Finally!"
Oh,
Oh, that's so sweet. Were they like renters or what?
Yeah, they're first time home buyers. Plus, he's in Vale Schools, but they've been living way out in Marana. So they drive them an hour in the morning and an hour at night. So they're going to get 2 hours back of their life.
Oh, Robin, that's such a touching story. Thanks for sharing that. That's
Yeah.
nice.
I thought it was great.
Oh, I'd like to have 2 hours of my time back.
For sure. So I agree on the listings, but I do really enjoy helping buyers, and it's moments like that. It's like buyers are a lot of
Oh,
work.
totally.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I just haven't had like enough buyer, well, I haven't had any buyer success stories. So like, I just show people houses and they don't even want to put in offers. So I'm like, yeah, okay. But, so I'm sure it's the same type of, fulfillment and all of that. But I just felt the difference just from like the agent wise of being the listing, it was fun, kind of have that power.
Absolutely.
Keep it going,
I'm
guys.
old, I need some
I
power.
got you all set up. You know what to do. I don't need to be here. In that case, here, you guys are on.
He disappears and nobody says anything.
Yeah.
We prefer to have the cameras on, Big Dan.
All right. Monday is all about the mindset we take into the weeks. I will share some real honest truth with you. I am in a mental fog today. My head has been pretty fucked up, so I was excited to jump on this call and hear you guys talking about your wins, your awesomeness. And so let's keep that momentum. Robin is absolutely right that the joy comes from giving families a new life. And I know exactly what she's talking about and the feeling that she's talking about, seeing a kid find his own room, a husband and wife getting back a piece of their life that they're missing, something like that. This is why we do what we do, people. Zig Ziglar said it best: you help enough people get to where they want to go, you'll get where you want to go. Come from contribution. If you step on people's heads to get ahead of people, they will pull you back into it. However, if you lift people up, they will pull you to the top. So last week we worked on some other things, like how to handle when listing agents or buyer's agents call you and stuff like that. I'm sure some of you have some experience over the weekend with that. Over the weekend, what real estate things did you need help with that you found that you struggled with, either scripting or just how to handle the situation in total? Anyone have any needs? No, you guys are good.
I had a couple, actually two people that they're more interested in getting land lots. So, and I only have like one lot land lender that I could refer. So if anybody has any others, that'd be great to know.
I was just showing land this weekend. In fact, one of them was ready to put in an offer and then got scared on some of the stuff that was going on with the land. But now I think I found them another property out in Vincent that would work perfect for what they want. And I have a number for a guy that does what's it called? Construction loans. So if that helps, Frank, give me a call.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the more people I could refer to the clients, the better. Thank you.
Thank you. What else, guys? I got 3 people driving. Jacob broke his leg. Thank you, Jacob. I told you to go out there and break a leg. I didn't mean it. How you feeling this morning?
Good. I'm just getting ready right now. It hurts.
You need to be sitting down with your leg elevated. You don't need to be doing anything.
Well, yeah, but I had to use the bathroom, so.
Oh, okay. In that case, it's understandable. But dude, I hope you have a speedy recovery. If you need anything, don't hesitate to reach out to us, man. This is what the family's about. We'll make sure you get something taken care of. So, oh, dude, it's been a rough weekend.
So how can we help you, Big Dan?
Yeah, what was rough?
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing.
Oh, it's just my mindset. Like just having a mental fog day, a cloud. I woke up this morning I don't usually wake up in a bad mood, but I woke up in a bad mood. But it was more of the what's going to go wrong energy. So I've been trying to figure that out, that's all it is. But just like anything,
Sometimes
you just go into your preset emotions. Go to just run through the motions. My emotions are very high level, so I have to get my mind right. And as the more I move through it, emotion is motion. So
You know,
sometimes you just gotta stop and shut it down and start the day over the next day.
oh yeah, that's why I have a hard boundary on Sundays being the day that I don't. If I can avoid it, I don't do anything. Something that I have been learning about that I think helps a whole heck of a lot, at least for me, is the thought that the thoughts that we have are only that. They are only thoughts. They do not dictate who we are, how we behave, and why we do what we do. What does that is our subconscious. That is the programs, like he just said. He goes through the motions because that's all that, that's what he knows. He goes through it whether he's having a good day or a bad day. But I know that if I wake up with my brain like telling me, oh, it's going to be a bad day, this can just, all the things that could go wrong, I find that if I just stop and think, those are only thoughts. Those are not actual facts. They are not doing anything to serve me in the moment or later on or even in the future. So if I can find a way to be okay with it just being a thought and knowing that I don't have to act on it and knowing that it's not determining who I am and how I really feel, that seems to just give me some clarity at that time, at least. And then it's very helpful. So
right.
Our brains are quite magical.
They're very powerful machines. And that's what I want to share with you guys, because I often get, well, Dan, you never have a bad day. You never seem like you're in a bad mood, right? This is my bad day. And it's still pretty levity. But the thing is we, like Sarah says, we get to control our thoughts. We get to control the outcome, because fear is an acronym. You know what it stands for? False evidence appearing real. It's when our brains start tricking us. So this goes into line of the conversation I've had today is no matter what mood, energy, headspace you are in, you can easily turn it around with cognitive purpose. Affirmations, right? Every morning we talk about these. What is your affirmation for the day? What are the good things you're telling yourself? And I was listening to a podcast on the way. It was actually a YouTube video, because I know that when I'm in a bad headspace, I need to fill it with goodness. I need to fill it with things that resonate so that I can flush it out. We're all human. We're going to be attacked by that. And the only line from the entire 12-minute drive that I picked up is that if you want to fight for your limiting beliefs, you get to keep them. I'm not good at this. I'm not good at scripting. I'm too tired in the morning. I don't have time, right? What other limiting beliefs are we telling ourselves? And you're fortifying it. I'm not good at this. I don't have time. Not to discredit Nicole. Like, I wish I got 2 hours left of my day back. It itself is a limiting belief saying that your time is mismanaged and you're overspending. So when we take our mindset and we put it in check, we go, okay, nothing is going wrong. There's no issue for this. Why are we thinking these thoughts? It's a confidence thing. So how do you get past confidence? You fake it. Fake it till you make it. And how do you fake it? Practice, practice, practice. The more scripted you are, the better you are. All we need, and Gary Keller says, all we need is a little bit of discipline till the habit kicks in. Think about that. So my morning habit is to wake up, get dressed, get showered, get dressed, brush my teeth, feed my dogs, feed myself, tidy the house up, leave, get to work, show up for scripts and role play. That's a habit. I don't need to force myself out of bed. I know that I have an 8 o'clock call that I got to be on. And I may show up at 8:01 from time to time because people like to talk to me at 8 o'clock in the morning. I love you, Cheyenne, but no. But the fact of the matter is that we only need discipline so long as the habit takes over. So when somebody calls you and you're in a bad headspace, right? Does your brain instantly take that conversation and turn it positive, or create some kind of, opportunity for you? Think about that. When you got to make a phone call today, when you got to make some of your care calls, and I say some, so I want you to make 10 or 15 of them to your friends and family today. I want you to charge somebody up. And if you don't feel like it, how are you going to get through it?
Just do it.
Just do it. Get out of your own way.
There's a saying that it's so simple. If you think you can, if you think you can't, you're right. If you think you can, you're right. It's as simple as that. Whatever you think you can do, you are fully capable of doing. There is no limit to it. You just have to believe. That's the fake it till you make it mentality. You just have to believe enough that you can do it. It's that simple.
Henry Ford is the one that said that. If you think you can or you think you can't, you're right.
There's another good saying about you can't control the first thought that comes into your mind, but you can control the second. And I think that's really powerful as far as what you've been talking about, Dan, that, thoughts or thoughts creep in, but what do you do with them? And you can turn them around, question them, make them more positive. That's
the very top of my board, and that's what we're going to today's scripting is around the bold laws, is the very top of my board says clarity is power. Clarity is power. And right next to it is your cells eavesdrop on your thoughts. Walk down this path with me. Have you ever had a friend, family member, coworker, or somebody close to you that got sick? Cough, runny nose, sore throat, aches, pains, what have you. And then the next day you just started feeling sick? Even though you guys were not even in the same room, the same environment, in the same exposure. Anyone ever had that, right? Psychosomatic syndrome, sympathy nervous system. Your body will literally react to what you think. Athletes, you see them perform on TV, the pole vaulters and the high jumpers and all that stuff. They're not on the sidelines BSing right before their match or their meet, right? What are they doing?
quietly focused usually.
What are they focused on, Mara or Sarah?
Go ahead.
Probably the mentality of how they're going to do it.
Right. They're running through the thousands of practices they've done, but what are they focused on?
Doing it right, not doing it wrong. Maybe.
Let's push a little further.
Winning.
They're focused on the end result. They're focused on the destination. They're focused on where you're going to go. So no matter where you start, and no matter how far off track you get, if you have the focus on the end result, do you think you can find your way back? Absolutely. Absolutely. My mom and I had a conversation on Saturday. She was having a really bad day. Like the world just seemed to attack her. Everything was going wrong. And I couldn't be there to pour into my mom. I couldn't. I didn't have it. So I told my mom, I was like, you need to call a friend. You need to go to church. You need to go be around people that lift you up. Because you have to be in an environment that grows who you are. I'm blessed to be a Keller Williams agent where our family is worldwide. And I can plug into a Keller Williams group chat. I can plug into the Facebook group. I can plug into each of you. And we can share the awesomeness that is our business. And it's the stories like Robin shared. It's the realization like Nicole had. I don't want to be a buyer's agent. I don't want people to talk to me that way. I want to be a listing agent because the conversations are different and we get to help people different. Well, there's people out there. I'm a great buyer's agent. I'm a great listing agent because I'm a great agent. Like that's how my mind works. There's a reason I don't do buyers anymore. I don't have time. That's where leverage comes in. But I remember the days of giving people the keys to their first home, seeing little girls dance around in the living room, and a brother and sister playing tag in the backyard during a showing. So when I'm in a bad place, I draw on that. I draw on my past experiences that were good. I remember the greatness. So when you guys are doing your care calls today, and you're making your sphere of influence calls, and you're doing your follow-up calls, I want you to draw on a place of that contribution. Even if you yourself have not done a deal, Roseanne, I know you're coming into this without a deal, but how many people in your life have you helped? Thousands, right?
Yeah, it's true.
Tina, same with you. Thousands of people you've touched, helped, gave guidance to, and driven in the right direction. So when we make our calls, no matter what headspace you're in, no matter what the day has got in store for you, you have time blocked a point in your day where you're going to sit down, make phone calls, and make it happen. And if you're not in the right mood, then that very first call is going to be the toughest thing you ever do. But you need to do it. You need to come from contribution, because as you get into activity, momentum will take over. The act of moving forward and making phone calls and talking to people and just elevating your environment will help you carry forth. The worst thing you can possibly do when you're not in the mood is do nothing. I don't understand depression at a high level. I have lots of years of studying psychology under my belts. But the one thing I do understand is that misery loves company. And when we're in a bad mood, or we're in a bad headspace, or we're just having a rough day, sitting around and doing nothing or not getting to work is possibly one of the worst things you can do, because you stew in it. What's a stew, right? The word stew, you stew in it. What's a stew? It's a pot of hot water filled with shit. You guys can tell I don't like stews. Everything blends together, right? Everything. The meat, the juice, the carrots, the whatever else you put in a stew to make people happy. But when you put in rotten meat in the stew, what happens to everything else?
Ruins it.
It all goes bad. It ruins it. So why would you want to stay there? Why do you want to take all of that effort to stay put? Now, I say this on the other side of a screen where I'm not plugged into what's going on in your life, but I'm plugged into what's going on in mine. But I can tell you that when I sit there and dwell on things, or I sit there and think about things, it ruins everything else. It starts with your mind, ends with your soul.
Because what you focus on expands, right?
Exactly. 100%. 100%. So, last week, I know you told yourself that you were not in the mood to make phone calls. Last week, I know you told yourself that you were not in the mood to talk to people. Last week, I know you told yourself that it's just not the right time. What happens if you do that again this week?
Same exact thing as last week.
Nothing would happen.
Nothing. And if nothing happens, are you going upwards or downwards? Down. Standing still is not an option. The world will grow. The world will pass you by. Time will continue to tick. So if you decide to do nothing, you're not staying still. You're going backwards because everyone else is passing you. So the one thing I want to challenge you guys all today is those beliefs. If you have a limiting belief that's in your head today, I want you to write it down. What's a limiting belief? Someone tell me.
When you say you can't do something.
You
So
can't.
For instance, phone calls were kind of a big deal for me at first because I didn't really like them. But the more you make, it's kind of like when you're a kid and you're on the swings and you can't pump your legs to get you going, right? But then you get into school. I was thinking about this analogy the other day with my kids. Like they made me push them on the swing all the time. And I'm like, you could do this by yourself. Oh no, mommy, I can't. But once they got into kindergarten and saw all the other kids doing it, they're like, oh, wait, I can. And that it only takes that one time to make you realize like, oh, I can do this. And it's not as bad or fearful as I think it's going to be. And the next thing you know, they're just swinging on swings all the time. And I can't get them to let me push them.
Right. It's easy to replace. I can. Go ahead, Jason.
I was just going to be an idiot and say, are you saying we're all a bunch of kindergartners?
100%, dude.
Absolutely. And in the most endearing way possible.
Right.
We are always fully capable of learning is what I'm saying. So just like with the phone calls, like I learned very quickly if I come from a place of contribution and just straight up care, because I suck at selling, I'm just the worst. But if I come at just caring, everything just seems to, it's all falling into place for me. It's beautiful, really.
That's awesome. I agree.
The one thing that I know of is that life is not a destination, it is a journey. So on our journey, on our daily journey, we have to learn something new every day. And that will help propel us forward.
When you said that, my head went right to Forrest Gump. I was hoping you were going to go into Forrest Gump. Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know.
Oh, stop. So I got a hard stop at 8:30, but I just like that. We're going to anchor this home on that was the limiting beliefs we tell ourselves. No one wants to hear from me. I'm not good at this. I haven't made any money. I got to go get a real 9-to-5 job, blah, 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 right? We can all assign with something. Take those thoughts, write them down, cross them out, rewrite them positively. Turn I can't into I can.
I will.
I will. Turn it I'm not good at to I am good at. I am statements are powerful. For those of you who are religious, one of the names for God was I am. There's a reason I am statements are powerful. The spiritual world has a strong sense because we're all connected. If you can connect to who you are, if you can talk to your soul, you open the door with that word. I. That's like conversations that are very much I in them are selfish conversations. Look at most CEOs when they write letters and write stuff, it's all I, me. But tell yourself, I am good at this. I am strong. I am powerful. I am a good person. I do great things. I am. Find your affirmation for the day. Find your bold law. If you don't know what bold laws are, Google them. BOLD, bold. They're amazing. This is where it is. Life by design, not by default. I wake up in the morning and I put my shoes on in a certain order because that's the way I choose to do so. I put my laundry away a certain way because I choose to do so. Life does not happen to you. Life happens because of you. Remember that. So go out there and change your days. If you're having a great day, make it better. Pour into others. Don't let Mondays be a stigma. Don't let last week continue on. If you killed it last week, make this week better. Okay? I hope I touched your heart today. I sure needed it. So, with that being said, any questions before I kick you out of here?
You're awesome, Dan. Thank you. And I hope you get out of your fog.
Oh, I got out of it as soon as I logged into the call.
Good. Thank you.
I forced
Great
myself
call. Thank
back
you.
to the office today.
Thanks, everybody.
So,
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Rest up, Jacob. Feel better, guys. We'll talk soon. And then other than that, Shoshana, I just want to say congratulations on your second closings, which is her fourth, because she's got 2 double closings.
Woohoo!
She's going to want to start doing single deals soon, so her life isn't so hectic. But no, you keep those double closings coming, girlfriend. You'll get there. So, all right, everyone, have a wonderful day. High fives.